Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to remote learning, boys and girls. Hopefully you are doing well. This is grade 1 sciences. I'm your science teacher. Today we are going to conduct the second lesson of Google Classroom. As we have already discussed that whenever you start your work, keep your skill book, stationery items with you so that you can complete your classwork, whatever is assigned. Today we will do our work in the skill book. So take your skill book and open it. This is your skill book for grade 1. Today we will discuss about the elasticity or elastic materials. So boys and girls, I hope you have understood that some materials are soft and they can be increased or decreased in size whenever they are used. Sometimes when we stretch them, they become bigger in size, and when sometimes we shrunk them, they can become even smaller in their size, or sometimes even they can become at their own normal state after stretching. We took the examples of different materials during our previous lessons. For example, look at this. This is such a soft and stretching material. Whenever we stretch it, it becomes bigger in size like this. It can be stretched like this, and so you can see that once we stretch it, it becomes bigger in size, and once it is bigger in size, and we can see that it becomes thinner as well. I'm going to stretch it. This is becoming bigger in size. So this is how the elastic materials behave. I am doing it again, that elastic materials, whenever we stretch or expand them, they become bigger in size. Once they become bigger in size, after leaving them, they can become back to their original state. So student, whenever we leave them, they become normal in their state. But whenever we tie some weight with them, for example, if I tie some weight with this string, this is a smaller string, it will increase in its size, and then but it will become thinner as well. We'll see that once I am stretching it, it is becoming thinner as well. So this is how the stretching materials or the soft materials which are elastic in nature, whenever we expand them, whenever we stretch them, they become bigger in the size, and as well as they become thinner as well. Look at this, it is becoming bigger, but it is becoming thinner as well. When I will leave it, it will come back to the original state. So in the same way, elastic material like this scrunchie, it can be expanded, but it comes back to the original state when I leave it. Look at this. So this is how the elastic materials increase in size and become thinner, but when we leave them, they become back to their original state. So students, even we can measure the size of these stretching materials with the help of this type of smaller you can say measuring tape. This is measuring tape. It can measure in the inches, and as well as it can measure in centimeter. So we can even measure the original size of the string like this, and we can also measure the size of the string when it expands. Okay, so this is the normal size we can measure it with the help of this type of measuring tape, and when we stretch it, then we can again measure it how much its size increases. This can be done with the help of this kind of measuring tape. So this is how we can measure the increase in size of any elastic object with the help of measuring tape, and then we can see that how much it expands whenever we stretch it. Whenever we stretch it, it expands, and we have to measure the size as well, that how much it expands. So anyhow, we can measure the increase in size with the help of measuring tape. Now let's take the example of different sizes of elastic. Boys and girls, this is your skill book, and this is page number 32 of your skill book. So open your skill book, open page 32. Let's start with the written work today. Today it is 11, and we are going to start with the classwork today. Sorry, it is 12. So you can write down the date according to the day when you are doing it. I have done it according to the date when I did it. So you people will do it. This date is older. You can write the date again according to your own date whenever you do it. So before any start of any work, don't forget to write down the date at the top of your page. So we are taking the examples of elastics. Once when the size is smaller and when they are stretched along with the weight. When the weight is added, the elastics always stretch, and that is how their size increase. So anyhow, there are 4 examples of elastics A, B, C and D. They are having their length without any weight 10, 12, 14 and 16 centimeter. So when the weights are added, their size increase, and anyhow they become bigger in size. Then once they are becoming bigger in size, after some time they are left, and whenever they are leaving, they are becoming back to their original size. So this is how we can see that their size decrease. Now you can see that from this page, initially the size of the band was 10, it becomes 12, but then it becomes, whenever we see the difference between these two sizes, it is almost 12 centimeter. In the same way, in the second one, the size was 12, it becomes 13, and the difference is 1 centimeter. So C is 14, it becomes 18 after stretching, and the difference is 4 centimeter. So elastic D, it is 16, it becomes 19, and the difference is 3 centimeter. So the most stretched band was the one which becomes longest in the size, and that was band C. So this is how we can see that which band measures or is stretching the most. The band that is stretching the most is the most elastic band, that is having more elasticity, or it can be stretched most. So it is C which is stretched most. And what happened to the width and the thickness of band? As I have shown you, it becomes decreases. So answer of question number 3 is, what happened to the width of thick band as it is stretched? The answer is, width become decreased when the band is stretched. Now we can draw the both pictures, once without stretching, the first one, and in the second one it is with stretching. So without stretching, the band is smaller in size and it is thicker, but when we stretch it, it becomes larger and thin as well. So boys and girls, you have to draw the both diagrams in space 1 and 2 with the thicker and smaller and thinner band, and then you can color it as well. So don't forget to write down the date and classwork at the top of your page. Do your work and submit it timely in the Google Classroom. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.